Good evening. My name is George Blank, and I have the great pleasure to welcome to the first Friends of Yemin Orde International Gala. This is a special evening for you because we plan to inform you, inspire you, and entertain you, and hopefully get you home at a reasonable time, which is why I've asked you all to begin. This evening we have several great leaders who over 27 years founded and built the Friends of Yemin Orde to the great organization it is today. As I call your name, please stand, and ladies and gentlemen, please hold your applause until everyone is standing. With us this evening is Bob Goldman, who is our founder. Bob, where are you? We have our great founding chairman, Mark Solomon. Mark? My partner here for a moment, Michael Fries, our past chairman. He may run for governor of Massachusetts. Charlie Gwertzman, our immediate past chairman. Charlie. And Paul Silberberg, our longest serving past campaign chairman. I would also want to welcome and ask him to stand General Ben Z Gruber of the IDF, who came just for this evening. General Gruber is the Vice Commander of Division 252 Armor, a division of 20,000 men, and he's also the creator of Ethics in the Field. Welcome. Great to have you with us. You know, as my wife Harriet and I travel to Israel each year, we continue being astounded by the greatness of the country. And after much thought, I've concluded that the reason that Israel has made such incredible progress in the short 70 years is that Israel is populated with many, many amazing people. This evening, you will meet one of these incredible Israelis, Chaim Peri. This evening is a product of a significant effort of our vice chairs, our steering committee, our host committee, our board of directors, our professional staff, but most of all, two amazing people. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Gala co-hosts, Kimberly and Jeffrey Hirschfeld.
Welcome. We are so thrilled to celebrate this special evening with each and every one of you in tribute to Chaim, a true hero. We are proud of the diversity in the room tonight. Our global community is reflected by our friends and leaders of many different faiths. Together, we're a mirror of the inclusiveness of the Village Way.
Good evening. I'd like to thank our vice chairs, steering committee, and board members who have all worked together with us to make tonight a great success. And it is a great success. We've raised a lot of money for a great, great cause near and dear to us all. We welcome our friends from Israel, especially our honored guest and our dear friend Chaim Peri and his family. Thank you and welcome to those of you who have traveled from as far as Los Angeles and Florida and many cities in between. I'd like to extend a very special welcome to Marion Wiesel, who's here with us tonight. Marion is a dear friend of both the Peri family and Yemin Orde, as was her late beloved husband, Eli, and we're thrilled to have her here with us this evening. Welcome. Last and far from least, I would like to say a special thanks to our outstanding and tireless staff for their efforts in producing this terrific evening, as well as my wife, Kim, without whom none of what you're about to enjoy would be possible. And you're going to see a lot, and it's going to be great. Yemin Orde, for those of you who are not familiar with it, is a very special place which you really have to experience in order to understand how unique and magical a place it is. Very simply stated, it's a place that saves children's lives. Children with no family and without homes arrive on top of a beautiful mountain and live and learn as one large family community. Their hearts are healed, Tikkun Ha'Lev, and the world is healed in turn. Tonight, we honor our legendary and beloved Chaim Peri, the architect and tireless champion of Tikkun Ha'Lev and the Village Way methodology. It is Kim and my distinct honor to be co-chairing this evening for our dear friend Chaim. We are fortunate to have 3 graduates of Yemin Orde here with us tonight, and I would like to ask them to please stand and be recognized. Thank you very much. And now please direct your attention to the screens around the room, and we're going to show you our brand new video, Living and Learning the Village Way.
It's my pleasure to introduce Tamara Shein Shneor. She's a graduate of Yemin Orde Youth Village. She is going to share her personal journey and how she overcame her personal struggles and daunting cultural challenges in her new homeland. So thank you, Tamara.
Well, tonight I would like to tell you a short version of my life story and the special role that Dr. Chaim Peri played in it. I was born in Iran just before the Islamic Revolution. My mother was only 17 years old when she gave birth to me. And my father was 3 times as her age, so you guys do the math. My mother left me when I was 1 year old, and my father was unstable, abusive, and incapable of taking care of me. Most of our family had already immigrated to the United States, so I basically grew up alone, experiencing awful abuse behavior of my father and other people also. While in elementary school, I was adopted by my uncle in the US, where I lived for a few years. But unfortunately, that didn't work out. And I had to go back to Iran to my father. After experiencing the freedom life of America, life in Iran was scary and devastating for me. I decided that no matter what, I would not stay and live with my father. Somehow, I found myself heading to the land of milk and honey, my home, Israel. My dangerous journey to Israel, traveling cross borders via Turkey, was filled with lots sorts of difficulties, and all I could think about, that this would be over soon, and I would be free. Shortly after arriving in Israel, a journalist wrote a story about me and my mission of survival in a newspaper. This reached Chaim Peri's attention, and he decided immediately to take me in to live at Yemin Orde. And this was the turning point of my life. When I arrived in Yemin Orde, I was only 14 years old. I had already experienced so many things in my life, but this was a real culture shock for me. I only speak Persian and English, and definitely no Hebrew. There were many young immigrants from different countries, including Russia, Ethiopia, Brazil, Colombia, Italy, Iran, and as well as children from Israel. I shared a room with 4 other girls, and we were each from different places in the world. As a kid, I was rebellious and pretty wild, and had difficulty with rules and routines. I was quite a handful and a little troublemaker. But at the end of the day, I was a sad little girl with no hope and no identity. Even though I was so difficult, Chaim always accepted me. Never gave up on me. He never punished me for the foolish things that I did, because Chaim does not believe in punishment. Excuse me. That's not just his way. Instead, he always told me how good I was, how smart I was, how beautiful I was. He always cared. He always hugged. He always gave me hope. And he always reminded me to smile. And that was something very new for me. He always encouraged and empowered me. He even sent private tutors to my room to make up for all the classes that I missed. I especially remember one Friday when Chaim was riding on his bike in the village to see how we were doing. He saw me with a really sad face. And he said, "What's going on? What's wrong with you?" And I told him, "I'm a loser. I'm a nobody. No one wants me." Chaim looked me straight in the eye and said, "Don't say that. We want you here." He said, excuse me. He said, "One day you will grow up and you will become somebody, someone very important." He said, "I believe in you. And you will be a change maker." I will never forget that moment. In my heart, I thought, what does he know? Well, as the years went by, those words made a big difference for me. Over the years, I realized that someone in this world really believed in me and cared about me, no matter what. This is an important feeling for a child to know that she won't be abandoned and she will always be loved and cared for. The village is a beautiful place and always well cared for. The staff always tried to give us the feeling of a big family and really cared for us. Shabbat was the best. Shabbat was always very special. We would dress up, go to the synagogue, and afterwards we would have a weekly Torah portion, which was told by Chaim in the mitzvah. After, we would have blast of singing before dinner. I even had my own solo songs, because Chaim always found a way to make me, the lost child, the abandoned child, feel special. After graduating, I joined the army as a lone soldier. The village helped me with everything, including renting a place to live, gathering all the things I needed, from blankets and sheets to pots and pans. In the IDF, I served at the Combat Engineering Unit in Golan Heights. It was great, yet challenging experience, and I met many friends who became my family there. After I finished serving the IDF, I stepped out into the real world. Well, the thing is, after everything that I've been through, I had two choices to make. I could fall or I could rise. Be a nobody or become the somebody who Chaim always knew that I would become. I made the choice to become that somebody. And in order to do that, I had to complete high school education so I could go through university. I continued completing my BA in criminology, psychology, and sociology in one of the best universities in Israel, Bar Ilan. I decided to work as a law enforcer and bring justice to this world. For the past 10 years, I've been working as a police investigator and interrogator in many different crime units. I believe that I am making a big difference, and this is so important to me. I met my husband after the army, and he decided to join me in my journey. I think he deserves a big credit for this. We got married and began our own beautiful family. And now I am the proud mother of 3 beautiful children, and I become the mother that I never had. In my life and my work, I've been influenced by Chaim in many different ways. I have learned to humble and be modest and live with integrity. He always admired and encouraged my honesty. He taught me to respect myself and to respect others. And he always reminded me to smile. And for this, I owe you, Chaim. And I thank you for giving me a home, sharing in our celebrations, and always being a part of my life. And I love you for that. Thank you, Shuli, Chaim's wife, and his family, for always sharing him with us. And thank you to everyone who made this journey to New York to be possible. I also want to thank a very, very special person to me, and that's Mitztali Ritz. And thank you so much for everything you've done for me. And thank you all for being here.
Tamara, thank you so much for sharing your incredible, inspiring story. Kim and I support Friends of Yemin Orde because of the hundreds of stories out there that are similar to Tamara's. We want to make sure all of the youth who find themselves at Yemin Orde have the same level of care that Yemin Orde provides to all, including ongoing emotional and financial support after they graduate. In Israel, 400,000 children, 1 out of every 7, are considered at risk. We want to ensure that educators working with at-risk youth throughout Israel will have the opportunity to be trained in the Village Way methodology so we can help as many children as possible achieve their potential and realize their dreams. In the past 12 years, we have impacted over 14,200 youth and 1,775 educators in 36 villages and high schools throughout Israel, including 4 Israeli Arab high schools. With your help, we will be able to reach more. Our plan is to grow to 59 partner schools and villages by 2021 to reach and save 25,000 children. We want to thank everyone in the room for their support. A special thanks to all of our sponsors who have covered all of our expenses. Every additional gift made tonight will go directly to benefit Israel's at-risk youth through both the Yemin Orde Youth Village and the Village Way educational initiatives. Also, tonight, thanks to the generosity of 2 anonymous donors, the first $100,000 that we raise tonight, in addition to what has already been committed, will be matched dollar for dollar to raise a total of $200,000. And we thank those anonymous sponsors very, very much. We hope you will please help us reach our match so we can secure these additional funds to support the programs that will truly make dreams come true. It costs approximately $7,000 per year, net of government funding, to take care of 1 child at Yemin Orde, and given the extra attention and support that will allow them to thrive. Yemin Orde provides scholarships averaging $1,000 a year to graduates. Expansion efforts require significant investment to train and mentor educators as well that help us implement and expand the educational initiatives. There are envelopes in a mirrored box on each one of your tables which list a variety of giving opportunities. Please fill them out anytime during the dinner or the program. Put them back in the box. They'll be collected at the end of the evening. If you prefer, you can take one home with you and mail it back to our office. You can also go on your smartphones and donate right away via our website, which is yeminorde.org. Anyone here who's planning a trip to Israel, and I'm sure there are many, we would love you to visit us because, as I said earlier, certainly from Tamara's remarks and from the video, you can see what an amazing place Yemin Orde is. But if you go there, it's even more impactful. Anytime you go there, we will pick you up anywhere in Israel. We'll have a car and a driver take you to the village. You can get there easily from pretty much anywhere in Israel. and in a half a day, have a fantastic experience. I would like to ask anyone who's visited the village to raise your hands, and anyone who's interested in visiting, I urge you to speak with one of these folks, and I'm sure they'll confirm what everyone is saying. Thank you very much for your support and for helping to build the future of Israel. Enjoy your dinner.
Now, I think the only reason that Susie and I have this honor to bestow on Chaim is the fact that we were the first recipients of the Tikkun Ha'Lev Award. Now, it's grown since then, and if you look at the award and the size of it, it's a lot bigger than when we got it. And when you're honoring somebody who's bigger than life, it should be a big award. So I'm not sure if we can lift it even. And Susie's supposed to read the inscription. We're going to see whether we can lift it so she can read it. But what Chaim has done that all of us know, and as I said, the video says it all, is teach every one of us and many teachers and many other volunteers how do you deal with at-risk children. And you deal with them, as Chaim has taught us, with your heart and with your mind, and you inspire them. And he's done this for decade after decade and for generations of children and teachers. Chaim has inspired them. And for that, we thank him, and tonight we bestow this honor upon him. Chaim, could you come up so we can try to give you this trophy? Here, you can.
All right, well, you know what? I cannot read it.
I'll read it off the paper.
I think I will. Chaim Peri, for compassion and lifetime devotion to mending the hearts of at-risk youth in Israel, from survival to leadership. Friends of Yemin Orde, May 8th, 2018.
It's not too hard to get it. Got it? He's going to slip it in. I don't know.
It's beautiful.
The title of what I'm supposed to say is the speech of acceptance. Well, I'm accepting, and much more than that, you know. We are here in the mode of telling stories, so I can share with you that I never had a bar mitzvah. And in the name of my deceased parents, may they rest in peace, I thank you all for arranging this bar mitzvah for me. Thank you. What a nice compensation. First and foremost, you know, the term Tikkun Ha'Lev resonates with Tikkun Olam. We have been dealing too many decades and generations with Tikkun Olam, assuming that we can really fix the world, mend the world, make it a better place, which we all want. But isn't it the time for some modesty? It isn't the time for the Jewish people to decide, well, we're shifting away from Tikkun Olam. We didn't do so well in the last 70 years of the State of Israel. It's time for Tikkun Ha'Lev. Lev in Hebrew, the Lev stands for the core, for the substance, for the root, for the real thing that makes a difference. And the real thing that makes a difference is raising an upright generation of children who are really making the difference. Who will make the Tikkun Olam? You heard Tammy here, and there are other graduates here. When I see our graduates throughout Israel, and I hear what their values are, and You know, my mother, I have to mention her, she used to say in Yiddish, was man legt da rein, nimmt man heraus. That's a very simple principle. What you put in, you get out. And years of adolescence, when you come from a distorted childhood, and you do it right, and you have a methodology, you do it in a saturated way, in a structured way. When they leave, at least they don't come out with bleeding wounds, but healed and with scars that they know about. And they're the best in Israel. When I see them with wings on their chest and their ranks, the gentleman that spoke there, the Ethiopian boy, is the chief of police of Netanya, and his values are remarkable. And so are all the children that we have raised, and be lucky to do this. We wouldn't have been able to do this without you guys. I mean, the fact is that what we have created in Israel are now hubs that represents everything we stand for. We here are Reform, Conservative, Orthodox, Buddhist, and Catholics. It's all about cohesiveness, it's all about inclusiveness, it's all about excellence, and we do this with the children who were left behind. And that is the miracle of Yemin Orde. And that is the miracle performed by people like Dotan, Susan, and Chaim, and all our other friends there. It's an effort representing you in Israel. And I really hope that you all feel that you are sharing something that is really greater than life. We didn't invent the wheel. We didn't create something new. We took a methodology which was created in Israel, which is genuinely authentic, Israeli and Jewish, and we gave it a new life. And the fact that, as you hear, so many educators want to join, we create a grassroots movement that is going to change the country. This is the root of the thing. This is the Tikkun Ha'Lev. That is the term that I think should replace Tikkun Olam. You mend your heart, and while you do that, you mend the world. And these children whose heart is mended, they are the hope for Israel. Tammy that you saw has seen so much evil and so much people who break the law and whatever, and she's got the strength to convey to them that there are other options in life. And so are the thousands of kids whose life we have touched. You know, Judaism is about blessings. We all do blessings from morning to evening. We do the Shmona Esrei, we do the Birkat HaMazon, we do all the blessings. You are our blessing. And the blessing goes with the belief that each one of us contributes something to change the reality. Before we do the Birkat HaMazon, before we conclude the meal, we sing together, usually on Shabbat, Psalm 126. And Psalm 26 speaks about us as being the exiles who have returned and are now the great dreamers. We're not the dreamers. We have a great dream of Israel, and we create hubs that are a microcosm of the future of Israel, of what we want to see in the future. Every school and every boarding school and every educational community that we create is a microcosm of an upright society, of a society that believes in inclusiveness, in democracy, in sensitivity to the others, in going out of our way and paving the way for changes. Whether it has been when we created an entity at Yemin Orde that dealt with conversions, it went far beyond the existing denominations. It was based on children's emotional growth and not on their performance as religious people. They couldn't put on their narrow shoulders the entire history of the Jewish people and become Jews because a certain tribunal of rabbis would decide that they will do so. When the Ethiopian kids came and we decided that this is the most enchanting phenomena of our lifetimes, we made them colonels, we made them mayors, we made them leaders in Israel. We showed that the sky is the limit. You can go as far as you lead these children. and we want more of that. So when we finish now, I have a dream. We're not dreamers anymore. It's a reality. My dream is that each one of you, tonight when you go to bed, at least you dream that I had the opportunity to hug each one of you, to tell each and every individual in this room how much I love you, how much I appreciate your being a partner in what we do, and how much you mean to us. Please dream with us, and continue to dream, and continue to make our dreams a reality. Toda rabba. God bless you all.